I want to get back to the weather today as we take a live look outside over King Street in Boone, where they got a little bit of snow on the ground right now. That winter storm continues to dump snow across our mountain communities. You can see the wet roads there as well. The drivers are going to have to navigate as well. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane of the Pinpoint Weather Center. And Tara, now on top of the snow, many communities, they're going to be battling some strong winds tonight.
Wind advisory in effect for the mountain communities. We also still have that winter weather advisory in effect too for a little while longer. In fact, right on through tomorrow morning because of the slick conditions and more lightly accumulating snow expected to come in to the higher elevations later on tonight and this evening. And of course, ice was a big part of the weather story from earlier today across the northern tier of the state, up there into the mountains and down through the foothills. It didn't add up to much, but as we know, it doesn't take much when it comes to ice to create some slick spots and of course the power outages too that linger in some areas up there. Deep Gap up in Watauga County picking up about 0.15 of an inch of ice, and more of that light icy glaze from Todd up in Ashe County through Bethlehem and Morganton down through Burke County. We had a trace of ice out in Shatley Springs there in that part of Ashe County earlier too. Again, outside of the mountains though, the trend has been a drier one through this afternoon, just some leftover patches of mist and drizzle and patchy fog, but the sky will clear out more and more as we had that front sweeping in as we speak. But notice on the back side and wrapping in, we've got more of that wraparound snow that will be coming into the mountains once again over the next several hours. It's mostly a dry scan as we look around on radar right now, but as we zoom out a little bit more and look upstream and up to the northwest, you can see more scattered snow showers creeping ever so closer to the mountains. And future radar picks up on that too through about 6 to 8 o'clock or so this evening. Just some light scattered snow flying around. Meantime, you can see how the cloud shield continues to clear out down through the foothills in Piedmont, east out toward the Sandhills over the next several hours. As I mentioned, winter weather advisory in effect through about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, wherever you see the purple. So this is basically looking at you all in the mountains. And because of those slick spots, road temperatures have been at or below freezing most of the day here. So more of that slickness can be expected up there in the higher elevations into tonight and for that drive tomorrow morning. And yes, the wind, another part of the weather story. We've got that wind advisory going through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, also down to sections of South Carolina too, and across the Piedmont where those gusts could pick up even close to 40 miles per hour, but really they're not going to be as high as the mountains where, look at that, at last check up there in Boone had a wind gust of 51 miles per hour. So obviously it's already cold enough. It makes it feel even colder. We're looking at current feels like temperatures and those wind chills in the lower to mid-teens up in the high country, and it could be even colder, sub-zero wind chills expected over the next couple of mornings. So all this being said, it is just a cold start to the week. It's going to stay this way all week long, just cold conditions over a good part of the nation, especially that eastern half of the country, including obviously us here in the Carolinas. We start in the 20s tomorrow morning, only reach the low and mid 40s tomorrow afternoon, despite the fact that we'll see a lot of sunshine. Again, frigid wind chills expected for you all in the mountains. It's going to feel like the single digits at times into tomorrow afternoon. And there we go. Sub-zero wind chills as cold as 5 to 10 below zero into Wednesday morning and staying cold all around into the afternoon. In fact, the 7-day forecast, as I said, it's going to stay cold all through the end of the week. And speaking of the end of the week, after a few more days of sunshine, looks pretty, feels chilly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but late Friday into Saturday, that's the next time frame that we're watching with that potential of more of a widespread wintry mix across our area, including the Charlotte metro. We'll take a look at that coming up in about 10 minutes.